Kia ora, good evening. You're here with Boys Get Paid, coming at you live from the ACC Export Beer Garden studio on a Thursday night. Again, it is the eve of Cup Week. The lads are here and ready to rip into it. We've got the VRC Derby kicking off in about 5 minutes' time, so we will be watching that live, and then we're going to get to Cup Week. We're going to have a great time over the next hour going through what's happening with the racing on Saturday. Luke, how are you, mate? You feeling good tonight?
Yeah, flying, mate. Flying. Yeah, can't wait to watch the Oaks. Gee, Cup Week. Australia, Melbourne to start with, and then we get New Zealand Cup Week next week. What a time to be a racing fan.
It's a great time to be a racing fan, and there's some fantastic coverage coming out of Flemington if anyone's watching it at the moment. We were just talking about it. Dan, you enjoy the coverage, mate?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, great coverage. Yeah, I pulled up a little bit lame on Wednesday, but yeah, I had a trot up this morning, and I think I'm going all right now.
Good man. You're well back on form, and you're going to have to be because we've got a big week coming up, and we've got a lot of money sort of starting to flow into the BGP Punters Club pot for next week as well. We're punting on Thursday at the Dogs, Friday at the Harness, Saturday at the Gallops. Man who will be front and centre of that is you, Luke. How are you feeling about it all, mate?
Am I? Oh, okay. Yeah. Can't wait to lob the one dog, Quinella, up with the 8 and get stuck into it. Just do that for every race. Surely that's a foolproof strategy. It's going to be good to get down there, and I think we've got 50,000 in the Punters Club, maybe even just gone past that.
53.
Have we?
53, there we go. So I think people are slowly getting their head around putting money into the pot via the TAB app. The TAB app is the only way to do it under the More function down the bottom right of the screen. All the details are in the BGP app as well. That's probably the easiest way to do it. You click on the link, and it should just load up the app for you, and you can move money from your TAB account into the pot. So 53K in there. What do you boys reckon it'll get to by the time we close it up next Thursday?
It's going to hit that 250 like last time, isn't it?
250?
Big, yeah, I was thinking around the 200K, between 200 250. I reckon if we can get to 100K by the end of this weekend, 250 is possible for sure.
I reckon if we get 250, you're going to turn it into 5 million.
Wow.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, look, that'd be great.
Hey, look, but the BGP Punters Club at Cup Week 2 years ago was the most successful in terms of profit that we've had. So we know the lads like it down south, so it's a good time to be involved in it if you're not already, for sure.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting down there and just getting part of that atmosphere as well. It's always a good time down there at Cup Week, and yeah, I'm sure the punters will be tearing into it. So we'll probably even have a bet on the Thursday at the Harness as well.
Oh, of course. What's Thursday's Ashburton, isn't it?
Ashburton.
Yeah, nice. I think we got a nice top 4. We did a sizzle video this morning, Dan, for the BGP Punters Club, and I remember there was a top 4 at Ashburton 2 years ago, wasn't there, that won a bit of money?
Yeah, there was. It was like 100 grand or something from a 25K bet or something like that. It was pretty spicy.
Yeah, the lads go good, and the fields are out early, so they're getting set to go. And of course, we're heading down there. Dan, you're heading down there on Tuesday. Luke, we're heading down there Thursday morning.
Yeah.
After the best of BGP, we'll be ready to go, and we're going straight to the Dogs on Thursday night. Out of all 3 events, I'm really, really looking forward to Cup Week, but I just feel like for $170 at the Dogs, for all you can eat and all you can drink, to kick off your sort of 3-day, not bender, but good time down there, it sounds great.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's great value, and I think it's not the busiest day there as well. So I think you can sort of really let your hair down and just chill out and relax. There's not like the hustle and bustle of maybe the Tuesday where there's 20,000 people, and then the Saturday when there's 20,000 people. It might be a day where you can sort of just enjoy company. Like maybe it's a little bit more refined.
Let the pups out, maybe. How good, eh?
Yeah, how often do the pups go round? Is it races every 20 minutes? Or
About that, yeah. It's pretty thick and fast.
See, that's good, eh? I like it.
Good. And I won't say that. I was going to say there's slots on course as well. I was going to trick you.
Oh,
I think I need to be encouraging that.
Is there a dog slot race, or no, we're not there yet?
Dog slot race.
No.
No, there is one
There's
over in Melbourne, I think.
There's one in Perth.
Perth.
TAB Intame won it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. I think there's another one coming up towards the end of the year. But anyway. And then, of course, Friday, we're off to the Harness.
We are, and we're going to be on a lawn there at the finishing post. Apparently, it's going to be the absolute best standing position that you can find on course as well. They've saved it especially for us. So that's pretty cool as well. It should be a sunny afternoon, twilight in Canterbury, I would have thought.
Yeah, and if you're going to come along to the Dogs, just a heads up, they need to know for their caterers how many people are going to be coming along. So if you are intending on coming but don't have a ticket yet, then please go into the BGP app and get that sorted before Monday, because I think Monday is when they want to start firming up the catering. Otherwise, you might be fine to participate in the all-you-can-drink, but you might not have any of the bloody ham carvery or whatever the 3-course meal that they roll out for us might be no dessert for you. You might have to have mine.
What are we getting at the Harness on Friday, Dan? Do we know?
Yeah, we get 4 beers, and then they're providing like food throughout the day. So I think they're going to provide like a proper meal, and then maybe some like Wagyu beef pies and different things. Yeah, like we had at Karaka the other. They were real good near the end of the day. The little savouries and stuff that started rolling out. They really
They weren't savouries, mate. They were premium Wagyu beef pies.
Okay, yeah.
Cheese platter?
Oh,
I don't
Bit
know.
of cheese platter. It is the harness. It is Friday night after all. I think that's going to be fantastic. We've got 2 slot races that day as well. I know we haven't sold out those tickets yet, and the day hasn't sold out yet, but surely people that are, going to be heading down there for Cup Week, or people in Christchurch that sort of haven't sorted out their plans yet, if you're not aware, it's a twilight meeting, which is just perfect for your Friday. For your long weekend you get in Canterbury as well. Is that right? They get a day off on Monday or something like that, or
Yeah,
Friday?
they do.
Friday's a day off.
yeah, I'll probably go for a mountain bike during that Thursday daytime, and then Friday, and then
Up
get
that hill.
onto the harness later on.
Straight into it.
Yeah.
And, of course, we'll be punting there as well. Fitzy and Markham and Gas on Scamman in the background too. They'll be throwing some punts out, I would have thought.
Yeah, I won't be picking anything. Might back Merlin. Is that going to back up on the Friday?
Potentially. I think they're going to see how it goes. But they'll see how they go on Tuesday. That's the story so far.
Shit, we've
Exciting.
got a bit to talk about Merlin later on, don't we? That might be one of the lads' best bets. So looking forward to that. Make sure you do get into the Punters Club. As we've said, make sure you get your events tickets sorted as well for Thursday and Friday. We're only a week out. The lads may still be recovering from Melbourne Cup, but next week they'll be firing on all cylinders and ready to go, and we can't wait to see everybody there. I think, speaking of Melbourne Cup, we're going to be heading over to Flemington to watch the VRC Oaks live in a few minutes' time. But, gee whiz, Dan, on Tuesday, mate, that time at full time, and Luke, of course, you guys had a hell of a night after I left, but I had a great afternoon. And, shit, Dan, you were picking some winners for fun out there, mate.
Yeah, but look, I can't claim all of the wins for myself, because definitely Kiwis was in my ear, giving me a few of them as well. I just happened to be the person that was doing the administration that day and punching him into the group. But man, we went on a run.
Did we? What?
I think that's probably the greatest punting run of my lifetime, and I don't think I'll ever live it down. Cam was saying to me afterwards when we were at the long room, he was like, man, he's like, I've never seen anything like it. He's like, people were changing their usernames and stuff in the group to like rack him up and like all sorts of stuff, apparently.
Rack 'em
and
up.
I was like, oh,
Racking
how
and
good.
stacking.
Racking and
Yeah.
stacking, yeah.
Oh, how good. So what we were doing, if people didn't see it, is we were having bets on Tuesday, and we were placing those bets into the group inside the TAB app, so you can see the betting activity. And we're basically starting to show people what it'll look like for the Punters Club. But basically a few of us can share bets into that, so people were able to click one click and copy some of those bets and have a go. And yeah, the rack man over here went on a little bit of a heater, and people are getting stuck in. So hopefully they've taken a little bit of that coin and put it into the Punters Club. Or maybe even had a bet on the Oaks here. Have you boys had a bet on the Oaks?
Yeah, I'm on Too Darn Discreet. I'm in the trail there. This is a horse that I've been following for a while. I backed it 2 starts back, I think, or maybe, yeah, it's first when it paid $15, I think. It was a black booker, and it just keeps getting better and better. So I'm hoping that this is going to do a job on him, but there's some pretty nice fillies in this race.
Luke, what are you on, mate?
Yeah, I've gone Hurry Curry in the Waikato stud colours. Now, this is just probably a bet with my heart, let alone anything else. But you never know in a race like this. And I was willing to take the $23 I think I got earlier on.
Where are you positioned?
About midfield, just on the outer there.
Just
right
behind
that
that
favourite.
horse.
I actually don't mind a runner in race number 9. It is called Poison Chalice, and it is $2.90 in from $3.70. So that could be something to have a crack at as Hurry Curry starts to get asked for something. Already, how far
this
we got
is
to go?
in around the... Fuck, they're coming into the straight. There's not that long to go.
We track the favourite.
Too Darn Discreet's getting out all right here.
Where's
Come
this
on.
J-Mac Powers of Opal? Is that him out front or... Nah. This thing
Oh,
on the
that'll
black's
be
travelling.
outside
that's
it.
the Yulon
Powers of
one.
Opal.
Oh, you're coming
Go
on
on the
right
curry.
here.
Oh,
You're coming
no.
on here,
I'm
right,
going to peak
Kiwis.
on my run here,
This
I
thing in
think.
the black's going to get it done, isn't it? Oh, no.
Oh,
maybe,
the Yulon colours.
maybe the yellow...
There's J-Mac in the yellow.
sleeves.
That's J-Mac down the outside.
Oh, we might run 4th here.
Is Too Darn Discreet going to run? No, nowhere.
$3.70 for top 4. That's a bit.
It's third, I think.
Yeah, third. Beautiful.
Who won?
It's the Yulon.
Favourite.
Yeah, favourite.
Treasure of the moment.
Treasure of the moment.
$4.60 Harry Curry over 2,500. That was a pretty good run. Wow.
Oh, shit, you got... Mate, $4.60 for the place. Fantastic.
Hey, welcome in, mate.
Why are you not more excited?
It's been a long week.
Yeah, it's only Thursday
This is a
long.
bit of a
week.
come down from Tuesday, isn't it?
I backed at top 4, so... But that's all right. Yeah,
Nice.
we'll
So-
load that into Poison Chalice in the last.
So how's this for Tuesday, lads? So it started off, Kimmy's, with you sharing Wits End, which was the best bet in the first race, right?
Yeah.
That pissed in, and then we added opening address in the second race at Flemington at 4:20, and that pissed in. The Hooch ran top 3.
Yep.
Which we put in as well. Which
Hoochie, eh?
And in that race,
$40.
Punt IQ had the winner for us. Is that right? Is that the
Yes,
grey
he
race?
did. Yeah.
Is that Manolo Bling?
No.
No,
I got
'cause
the yes, sorry.
After
Come on,
that, after that, we had Manolo Bling at $8, and that pissed in. And then looks like you shared a Quinella at Wingatui. I'm not sure what that one was, but then you gave us Aran Bay at $6.50.
Yeah, on the stream too.
And that one.
Yep.
And then we went hard on Gringotts.
Yeah.
And that pissed in at $5.
Fuck, from Barry in 19, that was leading
That was
somehow.
unbelievable, yeah. And then Al Vencedor at 4.6.
Luke,
Best
that was
horse
a
in the
shoot.
race. That was Luke, yeah. Best horse in the race. And then Frost Fair just kicked their heads in.
Yeah.
And then we had a couple of beers.
Yeah, then we had a couple of beers.
Risque Ruler?
Risque Ruler.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't put that in the group.
We talked about it on the stream though, eh?
Yeah, I backed it pretty hard, but
It was one hell of a run to the point where we started getting some hashtag ban the Rackman calls coming out there because the TAB might not want you doing this anymore, eh?
I saw someone in there worried today that after the Punters Club they're going to close the chat down so that you can't tip winners. And people are like, I really like talking with you guys and stuff. So fair bit of engagement in that group.
Oh, well, it was a fantastic day out. Hopefully some people got something out of the Melbourne Cup because none of us did, but we had a great time at Full Time Bar. Second time I've been there now. I really, really like that place. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, very well set up and very hospitable as well. What I love about the Melbourne Cup is I probably went through about, 10, 12 previews of just different people inside racing, having a look at what their top 4 was. And there was sort of, like just about everybody had something different on top. And then you watch the race and that result, it was just out the gate, wasn't it? I certainly did not even look at that horse. So to anybody who did back it, well done.
Yeah.
I managed to get 4th. That was about as good as it got for me. But yeah, I guess it just shows that anything can kind of pop up and win that race, and that's why I think people are attracted to it, because there is a little bit of that belief that you might get a roughie and someone might be on it, or you could just pick it by name and that could work. So I think it's why the race works so well. It's not always, and very rarely is it the favourite winning.
There's definitely plenty of money to be found, and if you try and tackle it like you normally would for a Saturday Group 1 at Ellerslie, you're probably not going to find money. You've just, like you say, you're going to be totally random about it. So, it was a great race, and it was a great day down at Full Time. Thanks very much for hosting us. Thanks to the ACC as well for setting us up down there for the live stream. Hopefully everyone had a great day there. Get your comments in tonight. Obviously, we've got the Group 1 2000 Guineas coming out of Riccarton this week. We're going to run through that. We're going to run through the Metropolitan, and we're going to run through the Pegasus Stakes. I know Luke's really liking something in that. We've got some best bets to come as well, but we want to know what your best bet for this Saturday is as well. I think some of the lads struggled a little bit this week to really find one, given there's some big fields down there and there's some sort of limited racing slightly at Tarapa. So make sure you let us know what they are. We'll call them out at some point. Before we move on, though, we should just recap on the last couple of weeks, because, gee whiz, lads, we had King of the Punt, and fuck, I had a good day out there. That was so good, eh?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really good fun.
Yeah, I think people are a little bit confused about the concept if you haven't entered a betting competition before, which is fine, because we haven't run one since 2019, and a lot of people would never have been in one. But even telling G Lane about it, he was like, "Man, I would love to go to something like that." So whether we have another crack at it at some stage as well. But once people sort of got into it, I think it was pretty easy for them to understand. Like, oh, okay, I've got my $100 in my tab account. I just have to bet it and turn it into the most, and I win the comp. Correct.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, Missy and Phoenix did exactly that, didn't they? We were just saying before at dinner that their biggest bet was $50, and that was to win the comp.
Yeah.
And then prior to that, they'd just been going 10s and 20s.
Yeah.
And
Shit, they found a lot of winners then,
a
eh?
lot of winners, yeah.
Yeah,
they
took it
they
out.
killed it.
So they were on Bella Nipotina, weren't they, to win the Everest, and there was 4 that was still live in it, and everyone had a different bet.
Yeah, everyone had a different bet, and everyone went all in. But I don't know, that's what I like about it, because someone could have easily just sat on their hands and not done anything, but I love the fact that everyone was like, no, let's just try really see if we can punish it and win, 5K or something like that. Because that's what I do. I just chips in on the last. I was like, whatever. Like, because if someone else hits, and and then they got 4K, whatever. So you just gotta dive in.
Yeah,
you gotta go after it.
I thought I was going to steal it with Lhasa, and I think it was paying 17s or something, 100 each way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, second, just run down by overdrawn or something. But
overdrawn won the last day.
Yeah, it might have been the second to last. But anyway, you were going pretty good. And I feel like you backed off the gas. I think you were just comfortable with where you got to and thought, that'll do you.
Well, I just kind of thought, everyone's betting weight like more than like, and I sort of thought I'd just sit down and see what happens here. And then when it came to the last race, I think Ted was like, mate, like you're only $100 behind or something. You should be having a go here. And I hadn't bet for like an hour as part of it. So yeah, it shows, I suppose, that if you can get 2 or 3 winners, like I literally just had 3 winners, I think, and that got me up to about $450. I didn't get any higher than that, but I didn't get any lower than that, and I just sat there. So I think, yeah. Nice. But having said that, like you or the goat could have just probably made 10 grand, and it would have been game over, you know.
It probably would have looked pretty bad if one of us did with that comp too. I'm glad that we didn't, to be honest. Like I'm glad that the lads won it. You know, it was pretty special for them, and they were stoked. And
they were great. Yeah. They were fantastic. And we're going on the Wish for Fish shout on the boat, aren't we, with them? We're going to organise a weekend.
Yeah, for sure. We're going out. Yep.
Shout out to Bryce Deneen. Thanks very much, mate. It was great to see you there on the night. The Wish for Fish charity obviously donated that boat trip for the lads and whoever else they want to bring along. What a fantastic guy and what a fantastic cause. So thank you very much for that. It's always very appreciated. It was a fantastic day. Even people that didn't sort of keep going with the Punters Club, that weren't losing. I think we had somebody that probably lost a little bit more than they should have, but they were still having a great day out there. Him and his wife, retired. They have every right to spend their money on what they want to, and they're having a good time, not winning. The Blessed Bet as well, lads. Obviously, the last couple of weeks we've had Cheval de Fondue scratched on the weekend, where that was going to win us fucking thousands of dollars. But before that, Jarvie
killed them, didn't it?
Is that the best Blessed Bet we've ever had, up there with Bella Waters?
Yes, I would say so. Did we bless Bella Waters, or did we just make it?
No, we also blessed Snazzy Tabby as the last blessed bet
last
season.
Yeah, and that was
pretty big. Yeah, $650.
Oh, that was a clean up.
Yeah, I just think it just shortened and shortened and shortened. Old Jarvie, didn't it? I think that's kind of the good thing because we have to have this bet sorted by Wednesday night. We're backing ourselves pretty early. I think even the tab said they're like, shit, this thing's going to start under $3. And I think it started under $2.
It was $1.80. It jumped.
Yeah, that was unbelievable.
And it smashed them like a $1.80 horse should.
Yeah, it was good.
It was a very, very good find. We might have an $11 blessed bet this week.
Okay.
You were right, eh?
I love it. It means the goat's in form. He's looking forward to the Punters Club starting.
If this thing starts $3 or something like this, it would be crook.
Yeah.
It'd be good. We'll get to it. There's been some good best bets over the last few weeks as well. Most of the lads have been finding some top 3 money back for everybody. But Luke, you had a very good one on the Odyssey that you were keen on King of the Punt Day. That was a good win.
Yeah, it was cool to be there and watch it actually do exactly what we needed it to do, live in the flesh. And I think we were all pretty confident about the 200 that we were, probably even the 300 that we were counting our cash. So yeah, good to see. My one last week was bizarre. Herbert, no sherbet at all. Yeah, my word.
Was that because it was just too heavy, or
I don't know? Like it's got through a heavy track before, but
We just got niggled at the whole way.
Yeah, it's disappointing.
You were unlucky too, Dan. Sans Dute just didn't get a crack at the
that was tough to watch.
Yeah. That was
got buried, eh?
Yeah, but I mean, it's a get back horse anyway. But it was just such a good field, and then like big field, it just had nowhere to go. Never even looked likely at getting a split through him.
And it's brutal when J-Mac's riding so well, and you're like, right, we've got J-Mac on Sans Dute, like everything lines up here. This is just almost too good to be true. And then, it is. Like it's just, can we get through that? No, it didn't even really get tested. So, the punt, it's cruel, right?
Punting, eh?
Yeah.
Wild night for Ted. Didn't need any luck, lads. That was really impressive.
Massive.
Yeah, that was
kicked their heads in.
Yeah,
almost Jarvie-esque. Like it was very similar. Like
yeah.
Yeah,
it's easy to forget that horse is a 3-year-old. It ran like pretty well in even the Herbie Dyke. I think it might have run in or one of those longer distance races. It had a really, really good season last year. Maybe had some niggles. For some reason, didn't go very well at Ellerslie a couple of times, and you can forget. But that's a good horse.
Yeah, Group 1 horse, they reckon. That's the whisper going around.
Is that Hazy saying that, or
not this time?
Not this time. Oh, right.
Might have even been Ted. Yeah, Ted.
Oh, yeah, he did say that, didn't he? Yeah.
I think it'd be off the Oz after that win, probably.
Huge.
Is that right? Okay.
No, I'll ask Reese tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. And the harness lads are getting us there or thereabouts. The luck hasn't quite been going their way yet, but Cup Week's coming up, and we've got 4 boosted runners as part of the... Are they going to be the best bets? They are the best bets for this Thursday night. Yeah. So the best bets, we've got some boosted runners for Cup Day on Tuesday as well. And you know when those lads find form, they find form, and they find it with some big money winners. So make sure you stay tuned for that. Righto, keep your best bets coming in out there, team. Let's get into the 2,000 guineas this Saturday, lads. First, Group 1 of Cup Week, and we've got a $1.50 favourite, which may or may not be surprising given the form that it's had. Savagely.
Yeah, this horse has been pretty bloody impressive, hasn't it? So to see it come up $1.50 is, I mean, it's short. I didn't think it'd be that short. I was having a look at it in the futures recently, and it was still $2, I think, up until like last week. But yeah, there haven't been too many horses except for this race by the look. So Savagely looks to have it all parcelled up, but also like unreal training performance and where they've placed this horse. But look at the form, like 1, 2, 1, 1. And it was pretty bloody impressive the other day too, wasn't it? So, I couldn't really make a case for anything against it. I know we keep having a look at Kiwi Skyhawk, but it just doesn't quite show us enough to think that it's going to beat a horse like Savagely. And I think, they'll be hoping to win this Group 1 and look at breeding in the future with it as well. So they will have this horse tuned to the minute. Sam Spratt rides. Should get the mile. Like, what if you take it on? What are you back? So Naive, maybe. I thought that was a little bit, disappointing last start in behind Savagely. So that's probably why we're getting the $10. And then, the filly down the bottom of the book, $5.50, is taking a little bit of money, but not often that a filly beats the boys up in the 2,000 guineas. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with that horse, whether they back it up the following Saturday when we're down there for the 1,000 guineas. But I'm going to stick with Savagely, and I'm going to chuck in So Naive for my Cornella and see if I can nail the 1-2.
Cornella. Nice. Dan?
Yeah, I pretty much came to the same conclusion as Kimmy's. I thought He's Lucid was a really good winner, finally getting up to 1,600 and, just was the best horse in that race. But the heavy track might, it's got a really long stride and it's a big, powerful horse. So maybe it suited, and maybe if there was a wet track, I would say that maybe it's a chance of maybe upsetting it. But I actually agree. The only thing, like So Naive last start, it was a heavy 8, and I just don't think it handled the heavy track. But both its starts before on soft and good tracks were really good. And so the same race multi, Savagely to win and So Naive top 3 is $4.
Oh,
that will be me. That's got my money.
Nice.
Naughty.
That's yeah. You've got to kind of look at those same race multis here, or Cornellas, like you say, because Savagly's showing nothing that it's going to get beaten. Showing no reason that it's going to get beaten. What happened to Dream of the Moon? I saw this was in the nominations. I thought that might be a sneaky, because you got to look at these races and think, okay, are Taako going to do anything here? So that horse is gone. Don't know why.
Yeah, I'll find out tomorrow, but it was on their list when they sent it to me that was 2,000 guineas win Stars Align Dream of the Moon. So their intention was to send it there, so something's obviously gone.
Well, who's Kevin Stott riding When Stars Align as well? It doesn't seem like...
New jockey.
Is he?
Yeah.
Nice.
Did he have a winner the other day?
Is he riding down south? Sorry, I'm not. I'm not sure.
I saw him win the other day. I'm sure he beat us in a race. We backed something, and
You've got to be a good jockey to get on a Taako horse, so it must be all right.
yeah.
Good. Do we know anything about When Stars Align? Is When Stars Align any chance here for Taako?
No idea.
Am I asking too hard a questions?
I'll find out tomorrow. I'll be live at 1 p.m. tomorrow.
You've got Reece Trumper tomorrow, so fantastic. I agree. He's Lucid loves the heavy track. I think the only time it went on a good track, I had it as a best bet, and it was 3 wide the trip. It still finished okay. I think it ran 4th at Harwood. It finished okay. So I reckon that the horse can run top 4, but on a good track, you're probably looking around. You're probably going to find it a little bit hard. So I quite like that same race multi that you've just mentioned there, Dan. It sounds pretty good.
Tidy.
What about Love Poem? That's got to be in there too. You mentioned that. Anyway, let's move on. Righto, the Metropolitan, which I think is race 8. A staying race over 2,600 metres. Who wants to go first here, lads? Because there's a few familiar faces in this. Isn't Boomtown Boy one of these ones that you've been talking about? An old nest egg from Ellerslie?
Yeah. Boomtown. Did my dough on him the other day. I tossed up between Boomtown and Beavertown. I'm like, what's going on here? Surely the Boomtown on this track, and just had its head absolutely kicked in by Beavertown Boy. But I see Beavertown Boy, Kelly Myers is on, and by all accounts, this horse is going pretty well, and it was a pretty impressive win the other day. But yeah, Dan's just pointing out with Boomtown Boy something really bizarre. $9 opening quote to 10s to 9s to 7.5 to 6.5 to 6. So I'm wondering if the stable are doing the old little switcheroony here, or trying to get the punters on one and get themselves on the other. I don't know what's going on, but I want to be a part of it. Okay, I want to be a part of it. So
you can back both of them.
Yeah, well, no, I'm an idiot, mate. So I'm going to stick with Boomtown Boy, and I'm just going to go one of them and take the risk. So we got Tina Komiyagi on board, and that's who I've ended up settling with. Is Boomtown Boy. I'm going to give it another chance. Adrian Bull, master at taking horses down here.
He always wins a race, doesn't he?
Yeah, and having a crack at this. So I hope that they both end up in the Cup, because I've already taken a futures bet at 6 as a place on Boomtown Boy. So
For the Cup?
Yeah.
Fantastic. It's the new JBG.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Can it win first past the post?
Ooh, we'll have to ask.
Surely there'll be some odds out for that, eh?
But LJ's been pretty impressive. Is the Knock the good track? Because I think it's going to be a good track down there. And but has performed on a good track, and just a classy animal. But also, Nest Egg, pretty short, 4.8 into $3.50. The money has certainly come for this horse already. Marsh and Cartwright. It was pretty impressive when we were at Ellerslie the other week, and then just was a little bit flat in that race. But I don't think it goes any good. Is it third up? Yeah, third up, 5 starts for nothing. So 2 wins, 4th up from 4 starts.
Yeah, it won this race last year as well.
True, yeah.
Did it win the New Zealand Cup last year?
No.
What won the New Zealand Cup?
Maharajan.
Yeah. So, maybe that's Marshy probably knows what he's doing here, getting this horse ready for this race, keen to win, and then into the Cup. But, I've gone Boomtown Boy, and then I think Nest Egg will be a close second behind me, and probably LJ for third.
Damn, mate. They're carrying some light weights here, aren't they? They're on 53 kgs because LJ's got to carry 60. So, they're not carrying a lot. Dan?
Yeah, so for me, I went through all of that same stuff, and I thought the majority of these horses are really, gunning for next week. But one that I didn't mind, and I think it's actually probably going to looking the way that this money's trending, I think this is going to get out a better price, is Marzabine.
Yeah.
4th up, it's 2 from 2. Hasn't gone any good at the distance, but good tracks and soft track it goes well. But good track, I think it's probably going to go better. And its last start just had a little bit of timing about it at Waverley, running second behind Battle Secret. So I'm hoping that horse is going to drift a little bit, and I'll be happy just to have a little each way play on that. Pay the bills, grills on for Walker Burgesson. No doubt they're going to fire up and heat up for Cup Week. So I'd probably I'll probably stick with that.
Yeah, I quite like that horse as well for this race. I'm not confidently going to bet into a Metropolitan 2,600 metres a few days out from a New Zealand Cup, because I think they're probably all going for the New Zealand Cup. But last year I liked this horse, and when I started betting on it, for some reason it fell apart. I don't know. It just started running real shit. But it was really impressive at the start of the season. So I saw its run at, was it Hawada or Otaki, one of the two? It ran really well, eh? So I'll probably follow you into Mezzabine. And yeah, like you say, Marshy, I think he won the New Zealand Cup 2 years ago, maybe Lincoln King or something like that, or maybe the year before. Don't know. He knows what he's doing. So Nest Egg should be ready to roll. Sounds like we're around Nest Egg, Mezzabine, and Boomtown Boy. Or was it Beavertown Boy? Boomtown Boy. Boomtown Boy. All right. This is a pretty cool race, lads. The Pegasus. Make sure everybody keeps their comments coming in as well. Let us know who you think's going to win any of these races. What's your best bet for the weekend? We will get to them shortly after we chat through the Pegasus Stakes over 1,000 metres. This is a pretty cool race. Dan, mate, why don't you kick this one off?
Yeah, I've settled on 2 horses here. Funny enough, they're in the same colours, Lisa Snakes and Ladders. Now, this horse, we've got a bit of a history with this first one. Lincoln's Cruise. Cruising all over the show.
Yeah, that's exactly the way to put it.
Gee whiz, this horse, it races very unkindly, and it's not, you don't have an enjoyable watch when you watch it race. But when it gets it right, holy smokes, this horse is real good.
Loves Trentham, doesn't it? Is that right?
I don't know about that. I don't know. But second up, it is a winner. It's a bit of a risk, but it's $6 and $2.20. So I'll have a crack at that, and then Platinum Attack as well. I think is just this race is ripe for the taking here. 2 from 2 distance, goes good on a good track. 3 starts, 2 wins, and a second. That's enough. That's enough for me. I'll just back both of those, $6.50 and $6, and then I'll probably come out a winner.
Solid, mate. Yeah. I when I first went through the fields, I thought, oh, that could be my best bet this weekend, Platinum Attack. I thought it was pretty good at Te Rapa first up, and on probably a track that may not have suited it massively. And first up and second up doesn't have the formal stats there yet, but I think on a rock-hard good track at 1,000 metres, the way Kelly Myers is riding at the moment as well, I think that it might just be a little bit special, this horse, and I wonder if it's ready to win, or maybe it backs up on that into that next race later in the week and ends up winning second up. So when we're down there on the Saturday, so I guess we will find out. But the Radiant one's come up favourite, and it's drifted out a little bit, but first up at 6 starts and hasn't won first up. So maybe a couple of these are going to need the run, but I thought Platinum Attack, it was in behind Shoes as well first up, and then we saw Shoes come out and win again, just can't stop winning.
In a hot field as well. That was a hot 75.
Yeah. That race has actually got quite a lot of form. Livid Sky ran second the start after that. Mars ran second on Tuesday. Dazzled, I think, might have run a placing after that as well, and Petrucci's going to win on Saturday, so good form coming out of that race.
Just get on, Platinum Attack.
I agree. It's two runs over 1,000 metres. Clean them up.
Yeah,
could be a good bet. I think it's worth having a bet now, isn't it?
Yeah, right now.
Send it.
All right, let's just do that. And what are we going to do?
Zero.
What are we going to do next, lads? Why didn't we make this the bless bet? Can we bless it?
I think there might be a bit of chat inside the office. We might not be able to get that one.
Right. Overdone our blessings, you reckon?
All right, Adam, mate, are we good to go on the comments over here? We'll we'll see what everybody else is thinking about those.
We're always good to go, mate. In the chat here, we have Rich is on Giga Kick this weekend.
All right.
We have Regan, who is all over Bellatrix Star, who will be flying home.
Okay.
Dan is on his own.
He's got his DJ on.
Yeah, who was that? That was a good song.
Rihanna, was it?
No? Oh, yeah, Rihanna. She's great.
Girls get off post.
Oh, girls get off post.
All right, so that's quite revealing. Anyway, we'll go straight to Stuart, who is all over Mazzucato in Riccarton this week.
It's in your race.
We have Robbie, who is for So Naive in race 10 at Riccarton.
Really?
Molly Bloom is in the Matriarch Stakes this week.
Nice. I did spot that in there. I think it might be fourth up. It was a pretty good run last start too, so...
We've got Babylon Berlin at Te Rapa race 6, Ethereal Star. There's quite a few here wanting to have a crack at Via Sistina. Te Rapa race 6 Geriatrics. This is all coming from the Facebook page here. I rate this one the most. A sub for Almore for anytime try scorer. Thank you, Braden.
Let's just get our lineouts right first.
Baby steps.
Yeah, he's a legend. A suffer.
We have Southern Comfort in race 10. And
that's at Pukekohe today, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It says countries,
I
which I think is probably wrong as well. We'll go for one more, and it is Balclear Rose Hall race 7, I'm guessing, this weekend.
Lovely stuff.
There were a few in there. You like Molly Bloom?
Yeah. Surely, it was just so good, and it just gone to Australia and just sort of has to be better than that. I think Waller's just maybe trying to peak it for something. Can't quite work it out, but we're going to miss it.
It was a better run last start.
Yeah, it was way better. Yeah.
And it's 1 from 1 fourth up.
Yeah, nice.
Hey, there were a couple of bets, and I didn't put this in the run sheet, but we've got the Legacy Lodge Sprint at Te Rapa. I'm not sure if you guys had a look at that, but there's been a Babylon Berlin. There's a bit of Geriatrics coming through there. Geriatrics run last start was pretty impressive, eh? That was really, really good. But that's a tough race there with Mercurial in there. Churchillian's even a good horse, seems to run top 4 all the time. Daniel Narclay is there with Pour the Wine. Surely that just cleans him up, doesn't it?
I do love the way your voice just went up a couple of notches there.
Where is he? Why haven't we seen him yet?
What are you doing, Daniel?
Get out of Alaro and
damn, Daniel.
catch up with the lads.
Pikey did say the other day Churchillian is going to be better second and third up.
Okay, good.
So he reckons follow, but he reckons this is a real good mare, this one.
I'm Unstoppable down the bottom of the field. Ran some good races for Wexford last year as well. Are you guys having a bet into this race before we move on?
Shit, that's 13s into $7.50.
Yeah, $9 on the odds surge.
Yeah, did they tell you that one?
I didn't talk to them. Andrew Scott. No, he No.
They've got too many good
They've not
horses
got-
going
they've-
around at the moment.
They've got no horses going down to Cup Week.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
So
They're cleaning up at the moment, eh? They got some good. They had a maiden runner that won by like 5 or 6 lengths
yeah.
at Tauraha a couple of weeks
Saw
ago.
that. Was it a grey?
Hanky something rather?
Yeah, Hanky Panky, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh, the old golden fingers, you reckon? That was
Reminder that there's a winner for us in the last at Flemington tonight. Poison Chalice. Is that what it's called? Something Chalice.
that was your bet.
10 minutes. So we're going to watch that as well, are we? I better put a bet on it.
All right, lads, let's keep moving along here. What else do you like this weekend? Dan, should we start with you, mate? Have you had time since Tuesday to go through the fields? Or
No, to be honest, I haven't. I haven't really gone through. But what you could do is you can join the BGP group.
Yes.
And you know what? I'll
Great
pop
plug.
them in there.
Great.
Pop
them in there.
As we go. I think with such a big week coming up, I think I'm going to place a lot of my bets today and tomorrow. And I think I'm going to probably. I'm not going to sit down for the whole day of racing. I think I'm going to spend some time with the kids before I go away for a whole week.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
probably just catch the replays or something at the airport, so I can watch all the races.
This is really unusual.
Yeah. Are you well?
I'll still be betting. I'll be,
Yeah, yeah. I quite like sometimes not watching it and just sitting down, at night, just watching the replays, working through it in your own time.
But how do you pull the replays up? Or do you have it on Sky? 'Cause
Love
like,
racing. You've got to be very careful
Yeah,
about
'cause
not
you
seeing
see
the
the
results
result.
and not
Yeah, as
checking
soon
the
as you
chats.
scroll down,
yeah.
Yeah.
It is quite hard. I have to mute chats and all this kind of stuff,
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Because I tried to do that with the Group 1 and then Wits End as well. But even when I saw that I had like 6 notifications on Messenger, I'm like, oh, Wits End must have missed it. I'm like, fuck, come on. So I'm like,
Yeah.
on Love Racing like this, trying to go like,
Oh, no, you go to
Replays.
race replays.
Yeah.
You don't go to the result. You go to race replays, and they don't have the result. You just go straight to the video.
And you click straight on it, and then it
Yeah.
pops up.
Shit, I'm
And
going
then-
to try this out. How have I not known this?
And then in Australia, there's Sky Racing, and there's a race replays there too, so you don't actually need to go to the result.
Brilliant. Well,
Yeah. But
looks like-
watching racing live is fantastic because you get to hear everybody what's happening with the odds. Thad Taylor comes in and lets you know what's going on. So you're not having a bet outside of your best bet this week, Dan? Nothing else you like?
No, not at this stage, mate. I think there's going to be plenty coming up this week. Plenty. The only other one would be what was my best bet? Oh, Sheaf. That's the
yeah.
only other one. So that's done in Riccarton, but it's got a bit wide barrier draw. But I think the key is going to be that good track, but just very, very wide barrier draw. And I think that's why you're getting the price. It's still come up favourite, but I think it's like $5 or $5.50 or something.
That's actually a talking point because on Tuesday we were talking about how many of the best bets, as always, 1 or 2 runs later come through. We had Risque Ruler, we had Frost Fair, we'll have Sheaf this weekend.
Fitzy had Forgiveness that he tipped out, and then it came and won 2 starts later, paying $25.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
You've got to stick with them, eh? Because you're betting on them because you've seen something that they're in form. So they don't just lose form all of a sudden, do they? So you've got to stick at
There's
them.
just a little bit of something going on, but there's been tons of them, eh? There's like Zelendia and all, even from the harness lads. There's been ones that have been coming out and winning in the next couple of starts. But yeah, I know we've all had ones that just a little bit later down, second, third start, bang,
Stick
they
with.
come in and just stick with them.
Luke, what else you got, mate?
Race 8 at Te Rapa. Now this race I thought was pretty tidy, and you got Kelly Alfarasher in there. Alfarash, your other horses. You got Livid Sky, 6s into $4.80.
Oh.
You can still get 6s on the odds boost. And then actually there's a horse in here called Doddle. Now just stick with me.
This
just
is
stick
an old
with me.
favourite, eh?
Yeah, we're getting 18s on Saturday. It's drawn barrier 12. It's never won at the distance from 3 starts, which is just outstanding. But this horse actually beat a horse called Snazzy Tavi at one
Bullshit.
stage. I shit you not.
Fuck, that's awesome.
Apparently not. Yeah. But second up, it's also 2 from 2. Second up. And it was 4th up. It was only a length off Sterling Express and was paying 16. So this horse could pop up and surprise you at some stage. This is a pretty hot field for it to jump straight into. And
It's 310 top 4 though.
That's taking a lot of money. That Phantom Dragon,
Yeah.
17 into 850.
yeah,
What do they know?
They don't even have a rider yet.
No rider.
it's just unbelievable. So I think is that the ex-Australian? Oh no, not that one. There was some ex-Australian runner that's popped up somewhere. I'm like, who the hell is this? But yeah, so I'm gonna be watching that race, and I thought Livid Sky was really unlucky last start, and I thought it could maybe turn the tables on Kelly Alfarash, the rest of the runners, but that horse, by all accounts, sounds to be quite good. But yeah, I'm I'm going to take Tegan Newman and Stephen Marsh at $18 and just have a little play.
Nice, mate. I actually looked through this field quite a lot because I really wanted to make Livid Sky best bet again after that run, and I just couldn't. Like, there's too many chances in there, like you say. And I thought Kelly Alfarasha, I looked at it last season again, when it stepped up to 1,600 metres, it was only a maiden race, but it won by like 5 lengths, and it smashed them. And then it went on up to 2,000 metres and won so well. I reckon that maybe this horse is really, really, really good. And might just not be beaten. But
so then you decided not to make it your best bet, or
well, it was drawn barrier 15. I thought, I
true.
can't do that. But then, yeah, like you said, there's another one, Matane, or however you pronounce it, with Warren Kennedy. That was in the same race last start against Livid Sky and Kelly Alfarasha, and just didn't even get a run at them. It was just held up the whole straight, but looked like he was looking everywhere for a run. Couldn't get one. So, yeah, I thought about Doddle too. So it's a tough race, but yeah, value could come home there.
love it. Right.
And then, yeah, the only one I thought outside of that, race 7, a horse called, and I know your best bet's in it, so I'm only saying top 4 Dan, but Moschino, this horse was 3 wide the trip at Ellerslie last start and still managed to run third. It had no luck at all. I just thought that was a pretty good run. Your best bet, Dan, sounds like a very good horse, so I wouldn't be taking that on, but yeah, it's good top 4 money, so might be worth the play.
Same race multi.
You're getting Poison Chalice into the chat.
Oh yeah, I'll put it in there now. I just just backed it.
Right,
Nice.
quickly before we're really rocketing through it. Normally we're struggling to keep. I'm just trying to keep us chatting until 8 o'clock, but I know you guys want to go home. No, I'm joking. All right, let's get into Australia before we get to the best bets. Flemington race 6, Bellatrix Star in the Group 1 Champions Sprint. I know Mark Walker and Ben Gleeson said on Saturday morning in all the interviews leading up to Flemington, they just wanted to see Bellatrix Star improve and run a good top 4. Well, it did that. Now they put it in a Group 1 Champions Sprint.
I thought that was an outstanding run.
Yeah.
In the Coolmore, that was unreal, and there were some pretty decent horses in there, and I actually thought at one stage just like, oh shit, she might be about to do it, but nah, perfect ride from J-Mac on Switzerland, and yeah, I mean this is obviously a big step up, especially with a horse like Bella Nipotina that has just been absolutely kicking their heads in. But as I always say with these sprinters, it's pretty hard to for anything for them to go wrong and all of a sudden they're in big trouble. How's about this horse, the number 4, Barrakill or something, from Barrier 1 as well? Man, it was massive last start and eased down. And yeah, I'm really interested to see how that lines up against some of these runners in here too. But 6 wins from 8 starts. She should love to own a horse like that, right?
It's not. It's run third twice down the straight. I think, well, like it loves the valley. It sort of seems to crush it around the valley. So I think there was a few question marks around it going down the straight. But yeah, I mean, it might have just improved. It might have been better. Bella Nipotina just keeps impressing. And we might get to the end of this race and just go, $4. Why didn't we take that? Like, that's just stupid. Why did we not just take that money? Because she just keeps like, even last week again, or was it last week? Private Eye. I was like, I'm going to take her on again. It's like, and then at the 200, I was like, what an idiot.
Yeah.
Like, did I not see the Everest? Like, she's dominant. Like, she's really dominant at the moment. When these mares get in this sort of form, they just sometimes just, like Imperatriz for that period of time where she was just beating them up. Like, maybe this is just her period of time just smacking them up.
I'm really dirty on myself, because when I went to Ramwick for the grand final, I watched that race where it was Bella Nipotina first up, and she just savaged the line. I'm like, holy shit, I need to start backing that horse. And then obviously the Everest, I'm like, not the Everest. Not from that barrier draw. But I said on the pod, I'm like, should a horse like Bella Nipotina, but the barrier. And then just like sits wide, I'm like, oh, thank God it's set wide. It's going to it'll get run down here. Well, it didn't. And then I'm like, oh, well, I can't get on now because it's too short last start. And so then I back against it and just do my dough again. I'm like, oh, what a dickhead.
Yeah. Yep. So maybe, well, and this week I'll probably back Bellatrix Star. So there you go.
Punting's tough, eh? Is Giga Kick, is this its first run out of the Everest? Ran second in the Everest, didn't it?
Yep.
That could go right, eh? Bellatrix Star is a pretty crazy story. I mean, they've got a massive ownership group, which must be so cool for the whole lot of them. But, yeah, I remember Pukekohe on Boxing Day. It beat Move to Strike and who was our best 3-year-old last year? Go Racing?
Yeah, it was Velocious. She ran
Velocious, yeah. And it sort of then did nothing. And now it's going over there and running like this in Australia. Like, how does that work?
Crazy, eh?
That's
3-year-old
amazing.
Run third, didn't it, in the Karaka Million? So was it the 2-year-old, right? That's what you're talking about?
Did it run third in the Karaka
Or
Million?
was it fourth?
Nah, because it was Damas Rose, I think, that ran fourth, wasn't it?
The Master
maybe
Rose
it-
run third, didn't it?
All right, yeah.
I can't remember. So much racing.
Yeah, it definitely, but it's almost like I Wish I Win, right? That was sort of fairly average for Taako here, and then, has gone over there and blown out in Everest, but before that it was sensational.
One of them, what was the horse that was scratched for Tiako out of the... Oh, no, that was the one that...
Mazzucato or Maricato.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Ted's horse. Ted reckons he's got a good 2-year-old lining up this Saturday, didn't he? In
That's
the
right.
Tarapa race. Can't remember what it's called, but Ted said it's...
That's helpful.
Sorry. But Ted will drop it in the comments, I'm sure, if he's listening. But yes, the Taako 2-year-old that is running around in the race at Tarapa on Saturday, he thinks is going to be very good. And then there's one that's scratched out of it, which is running at Tohiraniko on Sunday as well in a 2-year-old race. So if you're looking for a bet at Tohiraniko on Sunday, it sounds like the Taako 2-year-old could be the way to go.
La Dorada.
That's Ted's horse,
Yeah.
Saturday?
Market move result 420 into 3.6. And then Luminance is the one that was scratched that's going to Sunday.
So Belectric Star, fourth in the Karaka Millions. This is right.
Fourth,
And then
right.
Began awkwardly losing ground. Currently undergoing box rest after sustaining a fracture to the right fore shin. Re-examined by the stable's veterinarian on Tuesday, 19th of March, which revealed the fracture to the shin to be fully healed with no pain or lameness during palpitation. The filly has been sent to a small paddock for a spell. And now it's just kicking their heads in and running really well. How good. What a story.
Fantastic. It is a really great story. Hopefully it goes well on Saturday. And race 7, another horse I love personally, Desert Lightning, is running around at $31 in the Champions Mile. But having said that, another Will's in this race. Mr. Brightside's in this race. Fangirl, Amelia's Jewel won't win. We know that for sure.
Oh, my word.
Broadsidings in that race too. Oh, it's raining in Melbourne. What's this, lads?
Just a few spits, mate. This is Poison Chalice, mate.
All right.
From Barrier 11, we've got Damien Lane on board.
Are we back second last?
I think we're on the about third last.
Stick with us out there, everyone. We're watching Trackside 1, Flemington, race 9, and then we'll get the best bets. We'll wrap it up.
Yeah, for sure. We'll just get this winner home so we've got a bit more cash for the best bets.
What's Poison Chalice paying?
Yes. 280.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Might be working into it, sort of, yeah.
That's it coming wide, is
Third
it?
last there.
Okay.
Let down.
Sound like
Oh,
Edgar.
swinging off. Yeah.
Speaking of Cup Week, Edgar will be there, won't he?
I hope so. I think he's living in Australia. Gee,
All right.
you're going to really
I
want to
think
get
he
going
mentioned that
here.
he was going to try get over, but I think he's might be a bit busy.
Are we in the
We're
group?
gonna get going?
Big trouble.
Green out wide.
Massive
Green
yeah.
hat.
Oh, let go.
It's coming late, but a bit late.
Oh, another third for the boys.
This horse in the middle is looking quite good. That's the Mr. Brightside colours, isn't it?
Light Infantry Man, fourth.
Not the Mr. Brightside. No, it's almost Mr. Brightside
The
colours.
Sir Dragonet.
What about Stephen McKee there on Tuesday?
J-Mac.
He's
Of
a
course it's
legend.
J-Mac.
J-Mac, light infantry
What a
man.
guy. All right, get that shit off for us, Adam. Thanks.
Yeah.
Later.
Had
Later,
enough
of
of
course. Is Desert Lightning going to win before we get to the best bets?
I didn't look at that race, to be honest, mate.
No.
So,
Dan did.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
Who's
win.
going to win that? Oh, Pride of Jenny. Yeah, okay. Pride of Jenny's in there too.
No, I just oh man, that's a tough race, eh?
that's that race.
Another Will, like he was pretty impressive the other day, and I think he's on the way up. Broadsiding, very lightweight, down 52 kilos. But as always, over 1,600 meters, I reckon Mr. Brightside, drawn barrier 4. I reckon they're going to have different tactics on Pride of Jenny this week. They're not going to. I reckon they're not going to go and charge out to the front and try and run away from them. I reckon, they're going to try and set this race up differently. And I think Mr. Brightside's going to be the one, $5.50 and $2.10. He just loves 1,600 meters.
19 starts, 11 wins, 4 seconds, and a third over the distance. That's outrageous. Eh?
Outrageous stuff. He's a 1,600 meter horse.
Guess how many times I've been on?
I
Well, it's
reckon
one.
0. Oh, so
Yeah.
one of 11.
One.
When it's one, yeah. I can't catch
Paying
it up.
$1.80.
Yeah. Oh, I swapped between them, mate. Pride of Jenny, Mr. Brightside. Oh, just idiot.
Devastating. When's Seal Wolf racing? We can all get on that.
Good idea.
Righto, lads. Let's get to the best bets. But before we do, what is the blessed bet for this week? I absolutely love this because it's from the GOAT. We've got the Punters Club coming up next week. He loves finding value. He loves Riccarton. And he's trying to find what a massive odds here for the blessed bet, which is fantastic.
Oh, the goat, eh? Bloody Robbie Williams, the entertainer. Let him entertain us. Hopefully, in the last race at Riccarton in race number 11, it'll be 21 minutes past 5. It'll jump, and shortly later, it will get you paying $11. So, the horse is the entertainer down the bottom of the book. Craig Grill's on board with Bill Thurlow. We get the good track. It's won 1 from 11, soon to be 2 from 12. And drawn out a little bit wide, but the goat says no concerns, so $9 out to $11. This will be some get if we can get this one home, won't it?
We wanted to take the top 4, right? Well, sorry, I didn't have anything to do with it, but somebody said in the chat, what about top 4? And he was like, what?
Why? What's wrong with the win? Oh, yeah, okay.
Great confidence. All right, okay, like we said, the harness lads have got boosted odds for every single race on Cup Day. That's going to be their best bets tonight. Dan, you get started, mate. Yours isn't boosted, but you've got a best bet for us on Cup Day, mate. You kick it off.
Yeah, I did. I thought I would chuck in a best bet for Tuesday. I haven't been going great on the harness, to be fair, but I feel like I've got one here with Ahoka Connor in race 4. This is the junior free-for-all. This horse went huge. Last start, I think it was a standing start. Might have been the Morris Home Vase or something like that, but it galloped away and ran 4th and went huge. But I think the key to this horse is back to the mobile. It's got a terrible draw, but you're getting a price, $7 and $2.40 or something like that, and I reckon it's just a good each-way bet. Ahoka Connor, he's a talented horse, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him line up in the Group 1 on Friday. So I think that if he goes away and puts this field away, which is a pretty nice field, I think he'll be into the Group 1 on Friday.
Shit, we'll be screaming him home at Riccarton on Friday. Oh, no, Addington, sorry. Luke, do you want to do Scammans?
Yeah, sure. So he is in race number 2, Zoltan Bosch. Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah.
Bosch!
I'm not
John Bosch.
Not entirely sure. Zoltan Bosch has got 4.
I think it's Zoltan Boschik.
Boschik.
Yeah.
It doesn't read like that, does it?
So I thought you were joking.
No.
Okay.
No.
Croatian.
Has got really. What's the sample? Okay. Anyway, Zoltan Boschka has got form around nice horses all through this campaign. Draws well. Usually the manners are good. If he steps like he can, I think he can give them plenty to chase. Bolton Boschka.
Matty Markham, Addington Race 10, Fair and Faith. Dan, you'll let us know what it's boosted to, but this is a quality 3-year-old filly who wouldn't have been out of place in the slot race, the Ascent, on show day on Friday. We'll be there. Victim of circumstances last time out. Ignore that. She can get a sweet trip from a good draw here and use her high speed to advantage to win this. Matty Markham's best bet, Race 10, Fair and Faith, boosted to?
$3.40 out of $4.
Oh, shit, that's a good
Max
boost.
bet $100, gamble responsibly.
All right, Dan, you're on Gasso's Gas, mate.
Gasso's Gas. Gasso has gone on the gas early. Race number 2, Dave Dooley. And apparently this rugby player had a bit of gas. Did he chase down Rupini Thau
Booker.
Oh, how good. So he must have had the gas because old mate was fast, wasn't he? Tough 3-year-old that'll enjoy the rough and tumble of Cup Day. He's at a slight grade drop here and has shown gate speed previously, and I'd expect him to go forward from barrier 6. A nice trial today to prepare. So Gasso's Gas, race number 3, Dave Dooley, and I think that one's at a good price as well. That's $6 out to $7.
Tidy.
Naughty.
Fitzy. He is going to race number 11, horse called Merlin from Lord of the Rings.
This is the New Zealand Cup, mate.
New Zealand Cup. Jeez. Merlin tipping out the Cup winner. Going for the Kiwi factor, Zachary Butcher. We love Zach, don't we? To defend the Kiwis' name and beat the 2 Aussie favourites. Drawn a great barrier out wide. If he can step faster than the 2 Aussies and find the front, he'll take beating. Fitzy's got the Cup sorted out. Merlin, what are we getting, Rackman?
We're getting $7, I think, for Merlin as well.
$7.
That is some outstanding value, eh? Go to the futures section of the racing page. Yeah. To find these boosted odds for Tuesday. That's where you want to get
you can go listen to the interview that I've done today as well with Scott Phelan, because there is a bit of confidence in the camp around how that horse is going. So
you feeling ready?
He's big and strong, and he's ready. Yeah,
nice. He's ready. Hey, how good? So we've got 4 horses boosted out on Tuesday. Then the phone call comes today. Hey, who approved this? we're using a few back channels here and there. Oh, it'd be a really good idea to boost a few runners out. Oh, yeah, maybe we could do that. Yeah, straight to the top. Oh, can we get these boosted out? And then the question starts getting raised. Hey, who's signed this off? So there you go, punters.
Yeah.
Good luck on Tuesday.
Finding some back channels to get some boosts out, eh?
Brilliant.
It's outstanding. People are tuning up to the
Right,
TV.
we want to get the punters paid. Get that bank account or that TAB account loaded up so you can just put it straight in the pot.
Absolutely. Win big on Cup Day and chuck it into the Punters Club, which is going to close on Thursday.
Yeah, not entirely sure of the time yet because we don't know if we're going to be, like, what time we'll be having a first bet. But once we decide on that time, then we will get that out to people. But the pot will close and then the betting will start and we're into it.
Nice. All right, let's get into the Gallop's best bets for this Saturday, lads. I'll kick it off. I'm going to go to Tarapa Race 4, Petrucci. I think the form line for this horse is better than it's shown. First up this campaign, it was finishing really well alongside Jaffe. We know what that horse has gone on to do as our blessed bet last week. Next start after that, it almost fell out of the gates and fought back to only miss by 3 lengths. I thought that was a really, really good finish. Some of these are racing in the race on Saturday, so if it gets a better run, which it should do, only got 9 in the field, should be able to beat these over 1,300 metres. $6.50 and $2 a place. You're going to speak to Reece Trumpet tomorrow and find out what Petrucci's going to be doing, and also Luke's best bet as well from Tayako, so hopefully he can give us the nod of approval. But yeah, Petrucci race 4 paying $6.
Nice one, mate. I'm going to race number 7 at Te Rapa, and a horse called Smart Love, who looks like a pretty smart filly out of the Waikato stud colours. Has had 2 really good seconds to start its career, and because it is a Savabeel filly, stepping up to the 1,600 looks ideal. And Andrew Scott labelled it to me the other day on the phone when I was asking around to see if I could find a best bet that would actually win. So that's enough for me, 2.8 and $1.45. Just get on.
I bet when you were real dusty yesterday, you thought, fuck, I'm glad he said that. Now I'm sorted. I don't worry too much about my best bet. Luke, where are you going, mate?
Nice. I'm going to go down to Riccarton. Since it is a Cup week, we can get ourselves started down there. And race number 7, Vivacious, $4 and $1.75. Pretty consistent prep. Was very good first up and has continued to just get better and culminating in a win last start. Now, both wins have been at 1,400 metres, which we stick to. Sticky draw this time, but the horse gets back anyway, so I don't think it'll be too much of a concern. Hoping for a good track, which I assume it will be, and I think this horse is ready to go back-to-back at $4.
Nice, mate. I'm sure you're going to bounce back from that Sherbet loss on Saturday, mate. Your ROI is still through the roof. So we do have 2 down at Cup Week on Saturday. Of course, we've got the Goats as well as Luke's. The Goats is boosted. Race 11, the Entertainer, out to $11. Ted's best bet is back up at Tarapa, though, in Race 1, Ravina Rose, $4.60 and $1.55. Ted thought that this horse was going to win the New Zealand Cup. It's looking like it's not quite going to make that, but obviously thinks a lot of this horse. If he thought it was going to win the New Zealand Cup. It's a nice staying mare who has had 2 starts this time in with a fresh up 6 at Waverley over 1,400 metres, followed by a second over 2,000 metres in rating 75 company at New Plymouth. She is third up over 2,200 metres back in grade and is a 2 kg claim to assist. Should be very hard to beat. That'll kick your day off well at Te Rapa, race 1, Ravina Rose. Speaking of New Plymouth, lads, how hard is it to bet at New Plymouth, eh? I've had 5 bets this year and they've pretty much all run last.
Oh, ouch. Yeah, it can be really, really tricky. Got that sort of tight turn, that short straight. High school bend.
Yeah, nightmare. Right, we've got to get out of here very quickly, but make sure you get involved with the Punters Club. As always, thank you very much to everybody who has tuned in this evening. Hopefully we've found some winners for you. Make sure you gamble responsibly as always, but if you do win anything on Saturday, get it straight into the Punters Club because it's going to be one hell of a few days down there. Make sure you get your events tickets, the dogs on Thursday night, the harness on Friday afternoon. We really, really want you guys to be there with us. We want to create a great atmosphere. We want to have plenty of people here to scream home everybody's winners. So make sure you get your tickets. They are still available. Dan's going to be down there on Tuesday. We're going to come down there on Thursday. Really looking forward to Cup Week. The weather's looking sensational. Before that, lads, you just, get the energy levels back up. Watch the All Blacks on Saturday morning. Take it easy on Saturday and be ready to go next week.
Oh, mate, I'll be fired up by the time we get down there on Thursday. Really, really looking forward to it. Good carnival atmosphere.
Fuck yeah, it's going to be great. This is my first Cup Week down. I can't wait to experience it with you fellas.
Man, I'm going to be sending the energy from Tuesday. So, I'm planning on being responsible, but responsibly shedding my energy into the punt and into the content, and hopefully we'll be able to find some winners and find some valuable content from around the park.
Yeah, you're going to be
on
speaking to
Tuesday
some
as
good people over the next few days, that are going to find us some winners.
I'm going to be asking everyone, and anyone that'll talk to me, I'll be asking and seeing if I can find some oil, because if I can find a little bit of oil to pass on, I'll be doing it.
Good man. And we're going to try and bring a podcast next Thursday around lunchtime, just quickly, are we? Maybe. See how we go?
Yeah, I'll see how my mountain bike goes in the morning. Oh, no, that's on Friday.
Around Sumner, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Maybe in the midday, maybe on... what time are you guys getting down? About midday?
About midday.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll probably just go live from when you guys get down there, just straight into it, have a couple of beers, have a little bit of a chat, and then...
Yep.
Have a box of exports ready for us, mate. We'll be fucking fired up. It's going to be great times. Thanks very much, lads. Thanks very much, everybody. As always, gamble responsibly. Thank you very much, Adam. Good luck for your first day of New Zealand Cup Week. We'll see you all next Thursday.